Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. June has been quite a power-packed month with so many transits happening in this particular month. July is also going to see a couple of more interesting transits, especially the transit of Mars out of the sign of debilitation. Mars and Venus seems to go hand in hand while they are in Cancer and also while they are in the sign of Leo. Overall, what will be the position of planets in this particular month holistically? For every ascendant and moon sign, we will discuss in detail for each ascendant, each zodiac sign. Stay tuned. The timestamp for each ascendant will be given in the description box below. Also, how to check the transit. I am going to explain the nature and behavior of planets with respect to zodiac sign. If you have a particular ascendant, you can go to that particular zodiac sign and see it as a transit analysis from your ascendant. And for your moon sign, you have to go to your moon sign and check the analysis with the perspective of psychology, how it is going to affect your mind, because all the planetary arrangements will remain the same. One is the perception of reality through your consciousness, whereas other is the perception of reality through your mind or the manasharir. One is what is exactly going to happen physically, which is predictions through ascendant, and the other will be the perception of reality when something happens. So if something happens through ascendant, you may not feel good, but through ascendant it is good, but your mind may say that it is not in your favor. So definitely you have to check both and then fuse both of them to have a better picture on how the month of July will be for you. So with an example, if you have Aries ascendant and Cancer moon sign, then in that case you need to watch the Aries part of the analysis for the holistic explanation, overall explanation of the July month, and then go to the Cancer part. Go to the Cancer and understand how planets are arranged with respect to Cancer as the ascendant, because that will be your predictions through your moon sign, and take it that as a psychological impact. Understand the arrangement through a more psychological perspective rather than the physical perspective. So I hope I made that point clear. So let's continue with zodiac based analysis of July 2021. Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, if you observe, Venus and Mars is in the 4th house, and at the start of the July month, Mars will be in Ashlesha Nakshatra. So what is that? Your ascendant lord is Mars, and Mars being in the Ashlesha Nakshatra in the 4th house shows the starting few days in the month of July will be somewhat difficult. On the other hand, if you see the degree of opposition between Mars and Saturn, Mars will be at around 17 degree 53 minutes, whereas Saturn will be approximately at 18 degree 13 minutes. So the association of Saturn retrograde with a debilitated Mars will be very high for you. So it is like a push and pull scenario where you don't know whether you have to focus on the home front or focus on the career front. Saturn retrograde is definitely trying to bring more out of you through the career, through the competition, whereas you don't get enough energy or enthusiasm because you want to do something that you love. So it's a fight between what you want to do in life and what you have to do and what you're forced to do. So that is something that is a contradiction that is happening in the month of July for you. Soon Mars will go and enter the sign of Leo, and that is the time frame towards the last week of July when the energy comes back and the power is back in your life, because the ascendant lord goes into the 5th house. Also this gives you a strong mental hold on your reality, because if you have an Aries moon sign, Mars will move into the 5th house, thereby giving you enough power to give productivity and necessary boost in your life, and this is going to work efficiently, brilliantly in your career. On the other hand, if you observe the position of Jupiter and Saturn, both are retrograde in the 10th and 11th house, and this will be the case throughout the month of July. So Karma and Karmafal both will observe the planet of Karma, Saturn, and the planet of Dharma and Gyan, Jupiter. So when Jupiter is retrograde in the 11th, this means there can be a reshuffling in the network connection. Few people whom you trusted will no longer be available for you, and you will have to fall back to somebody whom you thought that you have you no longer need them, or you have forgotten them, you left them behind. So it is the right time to establish friendship with long lost friends, and this is the right time to open up your old contacts and try to make your presence in their life. With Jupiter retrograde in the 11th house and Saturn retrograde in the 10th house, definitely it is a career based month for you. A lot of changes regarding career will happen in this case, and Sun movement from the 3rd house in Ardhara Nakshatra at the beginning of July to the 4th house in the sign of Leo, in the sign of Cancer, is definitely showing that a necessary push is needed and a necessary change is needed, and that is also what you are feeling. This necessary change should not, remember, this should not be driven by lust, greed, unnecessary hunger, but this should be driven by necessity and talent. Rahu in the 2nd house and Mercury also in the 2nd house at the time of start of this month will definitely be good for your financial gains, but Mercury will also transit from the 2nd house to the 3rd house and then to the 4th house towards the end of July, is going to be very positive for you. So overall, financially this is going to be a very positive transit, a very positive month for you. But because all the Upachaya houses are somehow impacted by either a retrograde planet or Mercury, the Lord of 3rd and the 6th house, being with retrograde Rahu at the start of the month, it's the time to revisit what you do, your responsibility, your need in your home, and this also means that your responsibility towards something that you have been avoiding for long will also come, and it will glare on your face and you will have to do it. So this is the month where Kartavya Palan, that means execution of your responsibility, will be the theme. Overall, I will say that the first half of the month is going to be somewhat difficult, but relief will definitely come towards the second half of July 2021. You should make the best use of it without being too overwhelmed by the duties that you have to execute. Taurus ascendant and Taurus moon sign. Rahu and Mercury happens to be in the 1st house at the start of the July month, and by the end of July month, Mercury will move to the 3rd house. Also, I see that Mars is present in the 3rd house and Saturn is present retrograde in the 9th house. So the 3-9 axis will have this opposition of Mars and Saturn, and this opposition and the opposite aspect of Saturn and Mars will create some sort of push and pull scenario. Try to avoid travel in this particular month. Traveling is absolutely not safe for you because your ascendant lord is, which is Venus, is caught in the crossfire between Mars and Saturn. Out of all this, I will say that the house of Libra, which is a 6th house, not only gets 4th aspect of Mars but also gets 10th aspect of Saturn. So health will become a small concern. So you will have to take care of your health, and you should not try to exercise risk or not take any precaution while thinking that you are healthy. Yes, you are healthy and may God keep you healthy, but because your ascendant lord is caught and between Mars and Saturn, and both Mars and Saturn aspects the 6th house, and with 1st and the 6th lord being Taurus and Libra, both controlled by Venus, ascendant lord and the 6th lord can produce bad results related to your health. So that's the first thing. Second thing is the retrograde Jupiter in the 10th house may put you into a position where you are not following the guidelines, where you're not following the right path. So this can be a deviation and a distraction. Also, there can be few compulsive events in your life that will push you to take some risk. Whatever happens, you should not take any hasty decisions or take risky decisions in the month of July. Because the 8th house is under Pap Kartari between Ketu and Saturn, Ketu being in the 7th house. Henceforth, this can be a bad time for marriage, relationships. There should not be any confrontation with your in-laws. In matters of business, Ketu being in the 7th and 8th being under Pap Kartari can give you some headache, some tension, because money may not come the way you want the money to come. You just need to wait for Mars to go to the sign of Leo, and once Mars goes to the sign of Leo, the 4th house gets the necessary push, and that gives career the push, because then Mars and Jupiter will have the opposition instead of Mars and Saturn. Once Mars and Jupiter will have the opposition towards the last 10 days of the month of July, then your career will take a proper acceleration, and you will get the maximum out of it. Overall, Rahu being on the 1st house will create some sort of identity issue. You might feel claustrophobic. You might feel that you are not up to the mark and you are not respected in the society. The communication that you do may also backfire. So overall, this is a month where you have to be alert and you have to be very clear in communication and you have to be very diplomatic. Sun being in the second house in the Ardra Nakshatra, and then towards the mid of July, Sun will go into the third house. This combination of movement of Sun, which is natural fourth house, shows that in order to go into a comfort zone, you can actually commit few mistakes. So don't try to focus yourself too much onto the comfort zone. Overall, this is going to be a very transformative transit for you. Saturn in the 9th house definitely tells you that you need to do karma as per your dharma. Any deviation from this dharma will make Venus fall into some sort of problem. There will be obstacles, so treat this month as a test. I'm not saying that this is exactly how it will happen with everybody, but there's a very generic analysis, very holistic analysis for everyone who has Taurus ascendant or Taurus moon sign. You need to be cautious and you need to take this month as a test. If any ups and downs comes, deal it with patience. In case of any problem, you need to pray to Lord Hanuman, and chanting Hanuman Chalisa 3 times every day for the month of July will give you necessary confidence and will give you necessary ideas to come out from the trouble situation. This month is not good for any resolution of legal matters, so try to avoid being pulled into any kind of legal case in this month to whatever extent it is possible. And I will say for this particular month, follow the book. Follow by the book. Do not take any deviated approach, because Saturn and Jupiter will try to take a deviated approach because they are deviated. In that case, you will need some guidance, and any change in the track, change in the course, any unusual behavior in your life should be discussed with a learned person. Overall, I will say that the position of planets do seem to be transformative, do seem to give you great results, but towards the second half of July. So I hope you try to maintain patience in the first half and then give your best efforts to get the maximum profit in the second half of July. Gemini ascendant and Gemini moon sign. Now at the start of the month, Sun will be on your ascendant in Ardra Nakshatra. So definitely this is going to give you a personality transformation. This is the time when you connect with your soul and you do efforts for yourself. This is the time when you actually apply your willpower into putting yourself into a situation where you can be worthy of something. This is the time to prove what you are and what you can be. So definitely with Sun in the first house in Ardra Nakshatra, Sun being the third lord for you, is giving you that advantage, the soul transformation and the soul realignment. Mars and Venus will be on the second house, and then towards the second half of July, Mars and Venus will be in the third house. So until and unless Mars goes in the third house, there can be no wish fulfillment for you. Whatever you wish can meet an obstruction. So just wait for the second half of July. Let Mars go into the sign of Leo. When Venus is in the second house and Mars is debilitated, especially when Mars is in Ashlesha, which is the case for you, you have to maintain extra precaution in 2 things. Number 1, food. Do not eat any tamasic food. Number 2, what you speak. Don't utter tamasic words. So the input and output through mouth should not be tamasic in nature. That is something that you have to maintain caution. Second, the health of wife can get impacted. The health of spouse can get impacted. Your relationship with spouse can be somewhat disturbed in this time frame because your own mental state will be slightly disturbed. Insecurity, jealousy will be a part of this particular month. So you have to be very sure of what you do and what you are saying. If possible, wait to this July for this transit of Mars and Venus to come out of the sign of Cancer, and then you can take whatever action you want to take. With Saturn retrograde in the 8th house, this definitely means that some old secrets will come out. Some old deposits will mature and you will put that to good use. But don't risk your money. This is not the time to risk your money, but this is a good time to pay back your loans. Jupiter in the 9th house definitely tells you that you need to go back and revisit your scriptures. Chanting mantras of Guru will also help in this case. Jupiter is your 10th lord, and you would want to risk your career and you want to taste the destiny. I will say that this is not the right month to risk your career and immediately start looking outside. No, just wait for the July to end, and then you can, according to your own horoscope, you can look out for career. But if you really want to do, or if you know that what you're doing is right, all I will say is that till Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer, the time is not right for a major career change. While Rahu is in the 12th house and Mercury is in the 12th house, subconscious mind will always be on the play. The ideas and the thoughts will keep on coming. You need to distinguish between what can be done and what can't be. Being practical and not emotional and thinking with courage and smart work is going to lead you to success in the month of July. Cancer ascendant and Cancer moon sign. Now definitely your moon sign and your ascendant is ruled by Chandra or moon. It's more emotional in nature. But this is the particular zodiac where Mars is right now debilitated in Pushya Nakshatra, and towards the start of July, Mars will move to Ashlesha Nakshatra. So the entire month of July till 22nd of till 20th of July, in fact, you will face Ashlesha Mars and the opposition of this Mars with Saturn in the 7th house. So you and the surrounding are in conflict. You and your spouse are in conflict. You and anything that you oppose are in opposition. That means it's opposite forces clashing with each other. This means especially if you are a Cancer moon sign, psychology will be impacted the most. This will be the month of unnecessary tension, unnecessary distraction. You would want to change something, but you will not have the courage to change. You won't get the resource to change. That means you want something, but don't have the power. It's like you want to play a game, but the battery of the mobile is 1%. So what happens? Disappointment. What happens? It gives you low confidence. So if you play with the energies of the planets, the way the planets want to be negative with you, then definitely you will feel the force of the planet and you will have this negativity within you. But rather, if you can utilize this energy and create patience and create some out-of-the-box thinking, then this is going to be the month for you. Venus being the 4th lord, caught in the crossfire between Mars and Saturn, will definitely make you uncomfortable at your own home. So you would want to go to career, which also doesn't give you the relief. Because both of the 4th and the 10th lord are conjunct together and they both are aspected by Saturn in the 7th house. Now definitely this is not a good time to confront with regard to issues in marriage, because Saturn is retrograde. Because if you confront, it is going to be a very bad experience. But if that is what is supposed to be done, then this will turn out to be a good thing, because facing the problem, when the problem is so big that it cannot be avoided, then it can turn out to be, it's like a painful experience, but a much needed experience. Jupiter is retrograde in the 8th house, which definitely shows that you may reinvest your money, but this time in a much bigger way. That is a good thing if you do it practically. This will prove to be a good experience for you. But health is one area where you will have to show concern. 6th lord in 8th house. So definitely it's a Vipreet Rajyog, but it's a Vipreet Rajyog only when you pay back your karma. So karmic payback is going to be with this particular month. This also shows that the loans will be paid because of your own invested money. So if your bank balance goes down, or if your savings goes down, blame Jupiter for that. Because this Jupiter is not actually harming you, but paying back your karmic loans. Rahu in the 11th house is well placed, but this will expand your wishes and this will expand your wish list. So you have to be very careful what you ask from life, because what you ask from life and what you will get is totally different. Sun will also cover the 12th house as well as your 1st house in the month of July. So overall, you have to maintain expenses, because monetary wise, expenses is one area which will be a headache in the month of July for you. Overall, you need to spend money on yourself, and self-upgradation, self-upliftment, and listening to motivational videos and being high on morale is going to be one big task for you in the month of July. And if you can do that, you will see that the change is right there in front of you. Make it a positive change. Leo ascendant and Leo moon sign. Definitely Jupiter in the 7th house is giving the necessary push to your ascendant. The surroundings are giving you the feedback. Listen to what you see, what you observe from the surrounding and the environment around you. Saturn retrogression in the 6th house definitely is bringing out some past memories, past life karma. The prarabdha karma is coming out. So you will have to follow through some duties and some responsibilities, a new role that you were avoiding for so long. With Mercury Rahu in the 10th house and Mercury going in the 11th house, this is a very good time for a career change. This is a very good month to think about a new career, a new relocation, change of your own home, doing something in foreign country, going to a foreign country for education, for job, for business. All these things are favorable in the month of July, especially towards the second half of July when Mars goes on your ascendant. With Venus in the 12th house, Mars in the 12th house and Saturn in the 12th house, just for the first half of 2021 July, do not take any travel, especially international travel. I don't think if that is open, but in the countries where it is allowed, do not take any international travel, because 9th Lord is in the 12th house and it is debilitated in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Excessive expenses should be prevented. Don't book any vacation right now, at least for the first 20 days of July, even for the future. But Saturn-Mars opposition in the 6-12 axis is some concern towards your health, well-being and finance. 6th is Prarabdha is going to come out, but 12th is hell-bent on giving out the Prarabdha through some or the other form. So this is the time to donate. Donate food, donate medicine, donate perfumes, donate sweet dishes. Whatever you can, just try to give as much as possible in your own financial limits. Ketu in the 4th house is definitely going to make you more happy by giving. So if you want to search happiness in this particular month, because you will not feel that happy, start donating, start the charity work and you will feel happier. You would want to find out a worthy work, a work that is going to give you job satisfaction. This is the good month to think about what you can do and what you cannot. Thinking about the strength and weakness is definitely going to give you a new idea, a new opportunity, and this will give you a new way of life, because this particular month is very positive for you. Try to make the best use of it. Virgo zodiac and Virgo moon sign. Now for you, the 11th house will have Mars and Venus at the start of the month of July in opposition with Saturn in the 5th house. So the question about your knowledge may rise, the question about your efficiency and ability and the money that you're getting because of that may rise, and you may also think about your own efficiency and about the money that you earn in your life, which shows that you will invest more time into learning, which is obviously good in your case. You should also keep on revising what you have learned in the past, and as well as trying to find out new courses that expands your horizon, that can give you a better role in the future. Rahu and Mercury in the 9th house and then Mercury traveling to the 10th and 11th is actually excellent yoga to transform your life, follow your dharma and then earn money. Financially, this will be a life-changing month for you. Rahu and Ketu in the 3rd and the 9th axis is definitely going to change your fate and destiny in this month, because Rahu-Mercury combination with Mercury just going direct 8 days before the month of July starts is actually very beneficial. Overall, Mars, which is the 8th Lord, will go in the sign of Leo towards the second half of the month of July, causing a Viprit Raj Yoga. This definitely means that if you have a long pending investment, that will come into fruition. Any kind of court case will come in your favor, and if you just keep your karma correct, you will end up proving your productivity much more than what you have right now, and your name will be known in the public, and this will give you name, fame, success and glory. For Virgo zodiac sign, I will say this is a very positive month. Just one thing you have to be careful about: confrontation in marriage. 7th Lord and the 4th Lord is in the 6th house, so your duty towards marriage, your duty towards your own home should be executed, and you should not be ignorant about your responsibility in your home. On one side you have career, on one side you have personal life. You need to strike a balance. If you are a Virgo moon, you are a very practical person. So this is the time when you can create a new way of life, a new design that will give you a better future. Overall, for Virgo ascendant, initially it may be a low in confidence day, but as the July month progresses toward the 2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week, you will see that your confidence will increase. The more you learn, the more you will be able to put yourself in a stronger position. Make the best use of this month. Libra ascendant and Libra moon sign. For Libra, 10th house will see Mars, Venus and 4th will see Saturn. So something that happens at your own home, issues in your personal life, issues in your own domain, in your own comfort zone is going to make trouble in your career. You will have less power and you will become desperate or frustrated and irritated because of your career. Now, because your ascendant lord is in the 10th house, your focus is towards the karma, but the karma lord is retro, which shows that the focus should be towards your dharma and the responsibilities at your own home. So the personal life will eat up the time of the career, or the career will be so intense, you will be involved so intensely in your career that it will eat up the time of the personal life. Both a recipe to problems in your life. This restlessness will continue for 15-20 days. So you will feel uneasy, you would want to do things but you will not be able to do. Procrastination will become very dominant in this time frame. This can be a time where you can be insulted. This can be a time where you can be questioned about your abilities, capabilities. Just stay put. Do not react to the situation. Give a proper response through karma. Don't talk much. This is the month where you will have to practice silence. Rahu and Mercury will be in the 8th house. If you start spilling out the secrets, it's going to be working against you. So if something is going right for you, don't talk and don't disclose the news to everyone around you. It can be disclosed to your family members or very close friends, but try to keep it secret as much as possible. Jupiter retrogression in the 5th house also shows that something that you have learned in the past will come handy right now. So it's good that if you revise what you have learned, especially if you are in technical work, if you are doing anything that needs academic knowledge and academic power, try to revise that, and if not, try to go back and look out to the old values of life, ancient traditions and ancient values, and that will come handy in managing the situation in your life. Also, overall this transit can be somewhat uncomforting, but practicing yoga, practicing pranayam will not only balance your body and mind, but if you take this month as a holistic healing month and focus only on healing your body and mind and soul, then you will see that the months which come after July, August, September and onwards will prove to be somewhat good for you. Overall, I won't say this is too negative, but yes, this is unsettling. This is going to be a month where you feel disturbed and you would want that necessary change because of Rahu in the 8th house. Everything is fine, then the change will also come, but just be practical. Scorpio ascendant and Scorpio moon sign. Your ascendant lord Mars will be in the 9th house, debilitated, aspected by retrograde Saturn. This is a desperate attempt to change your destiny because you are feeling claustrophobic, you don't like what you have, and now you want to bring all out. This is an all-out war, but no. In the month of July, when Mars is debilitated, when your ascendant lord is weak, why would you want to wage a war? Why do you want to do something at the time when you are weak? Wait for Mars to go in the sign of Leo. Wait for Mars to come on your ascendant. That can be the right time to do something about yourself, to change something about yours, because Saturn is going to be retrograde for more than 120 days now. So definitely, it's going to be a life-changing transit for you. It's going to be the transit of effort. There's going to be the transit where you are following something, and in order to reach that position or be that person, you would make necessary changes in your life. Be sure that you are following the right path, because path is more important than the destination in the month of July. Rahu Mercury in the 7th house can deceive you. Although it can be very good for business, but temporarily it can give you a boost. But if you use that boost and think that it will the growth will continue like this for the entire month, then you are mistaken, because Mercury will then go into the 8th house. So what you should do, whatever profit you get, you reinvest and you block that. The more you block your funds and the more you play safe, the better the chance of success in the month of July will be. Jupiter definitely aspects your 10th house, 8th house and the 12th house. So definitely this shows expansion of career. Support from the home, support from the country will be something auspicious in your own home, can be a possibility. Expense in your own home, upgrading your home, upgrading or changing something about you is going to be the theme in the month of July. Now definitely Venus is the 7th lord going into the 9th house. So don't test your luck in marriage. Neither think that marriage is by marrying somebody it's going to bring a great change in you. These assumptions will prove false and these hope will break in the near future. So try to be as realistic and practical as possible and try not to hurt your spouse and not to hurt the feeling of your relatives and the people you love and the people whom you love or who loves you. Relationship can really turn sour in this time frame just because you want an extra power or there is something that you want to execute, your wishes. Expectation will also become a great key of disturbance. So don't try to expect much, try to give. This is the transit to give, not to take. This is the transit to hand over the power, not to exercise authority. This is the transit of surrender. So the month of July should be spent in puja, in chanting, in meditation, and in holistic upgradation, living a holistic lifestyle. Be close to the nature and follow yoga. All this will not only prove to be beneficial for the body, but it will also give you a healthy mind and a healthy finance. Overall, July is going to be a positive month for you. Sagittarius Ascendant and Sagittarius Moon sign. For you, Jupiter is retrograde in the 3rd house. That means there is a lot of changes going to happen in your life and for good. But because Saturn is retrograde in the 2nd house and Mars is in Ashlesha in the 8th house, try to take care of your health, try to take care of the food that you eat, and financial investment will become a problem. So invest your money in instruments where you cannot see where it went, but it's a safe instrument. So don't put your money into something that is unsafe. It should be like in a 5-year fixed deposit or some kind of an instrument where money is safe, but also money is not with you. That is a good way of saving. Your ascendant is in Pap Kartari and the flow of energy is towards the 12th house. And when the 12th Lord is in 8th house, definitely this shows that the occult forces are going to be very high. So follow your intuition, follow your gut feeling, and if you feel unsafe, don't take a chance. This is not the month of chance taking. This is the month to play safe and to be more relaxed. This is a month where you exercise your knowledge and you share knowledge and spread knowledge. Also, Rahu and Mercury in the 6th house is also going to give you a new chance to repay your loan, but repaying one loan with respect to another loan, this movement of loan is not going to be a favorable thing for you. But as soon as Sun crosses Ardhara Nakshatra and Mercury goes in the 7th house, it will prove to be good for finances. It will be good for marriage and business. So overall for Sagittarius Ascendant, this is a good month. Just wait for Mars to get out of the sign of Cancer and go into the sign of Leo, because then 5th Lord goes 5th, and in the 9th house this is a Bhavat Bhavam from the 5th house. So Purva Punya comes into action, and if there is any problem that you were facing in the first half, it will get rectified in the 2nd half of July. Overall, it is going to be a 50-50 transit for you, but the month end will be far more positive and will actually compensate for anything that goes wrong in case it goes wrong in the first half of July. Overall, you should stay positive. Capricorn Ascendant and Capricorn Moon sign. Saturn is retrograde on your 1st house while Mars and Venus is in your 7th house. So when Mars is in the 7th house, definitely 4th Lord is in problem, as well as your 11th Lord is in problem. So resistance from the home can come, resistance from business can come, resistance from source of income can come. This is not the time when you are exercising authority on your spouse. This is also not the time when you are dictating something. This is the time to go hand in hand. This is the time to cooperate. This is the time to adjust. This is also the time when you look back at your past and understand your weak points and collect the negative reports so that it do not happen in the future. Jupiter is retrograde in the 2nd house, which increases the wealth. So definitely your cooperative nature and the nature of oneness and being a team player will give you necessary boost in your career. Rahu Mercury in the 5th house is also giving you out of the box thinking, nice way of expression, and a quality in which you can hide something that you know that you are at fault, or you know that you don't know, or you don't have that power or ability or quality, but Rahu somehow manages it. Definitely Mercury will go in the 8th house, and when Mercury goes in the 8th house, this is something where you can say this is the war to gain a platform, a foothold. So it's going to be a platform building transit for you. It's going to be a platform building month for you, whereas you should try your best not to have any loss. So it's not like you will play the dart in the darkness, but you have to be very calculative in your move and you have to be very practical in your approach. Overall, this is actually a very positive month, except there will be a lot of misunderstanding and uneasiness throughout this transit of Mars in the sign of Cancer. But considering that Saturn is your Lagna Lord, and considering that retrograde Saturn on your first house is altering your personality, you can bring a nice positive change in your personality to actually prove to be a worthy person and to be a better person. Overall, if you utilize the energies of this particular month in a positive way, you are going to gain maximum out of it. Aquarius Ascendant and Aquarius Moon sign. Jupiter is retrograde in the first house, and this is actually a very positive time for you. Not only your existence expands, but also it shows that something that has been long lost is now gaining, is now coming back into existence. But Mars debilitation and aspect of by retrograde Saturn from the 12th house shows that some hidden disease can come out, so you have to be careful. Prarabdha has to be fulfilled and you will have to understand the duty. You will have to come to terms with the problems of life and you have to adjust the flow of life in accordance with what life is throwing at you. This is not the time when you are pushing the wall and trying to break through, but this is the time when you understand why the wall is there in the first place. Rahu and Mercury presence in the 4th house at the start of this month, and then Sun transiting the 6th house definitely gives a hint where marriage can undergo a lot of transformation. Business can also undergo a lot of transformation and business can go global. Any chance of change of career is going to be a possibility. Trying to come out from the existing source of income and trying to build a new source of income is also a possibility in the month of July. July is a month which is working in your favor, so try to upgrade yourself through knowledge and through wisdom and understanding of the subject. Overall, if you take good care of your health, eat right and maintain a healthy lifestyle, this month will be very comfortable and somewhat positive for you. Overall, what you should do is take it easy and take it practically. Pisces Ascendant and Pisces Moon sign. Your Ascendant Lord is right now in the 12th house, so definitely past memories will come haunting you. You need to turn your subconscious weakness into subconscious power. Venus and Mars in the 5th house, is also going to bring some tension related to your child, productivity. Your expression might not be well received by people, so you have to be very careful with what you are explaining and how you are talking, how you are projecting your personality. Sugarcoat few things and be diplomatic in this particular month. Saturn retrogression in the 11th house can raise questions about your capability and the amount of money you earn or amount of money you are earning and the salary that you get. Because 5-11 axis is knowledge and income axis, and in that axis if there is a conflict of Mars and Saturn, then definitely you have to prove your worth. So start taking courses, start upgrading yourself without even a problem in your life. Because when the problem comes, you know that you have tools at your hand to fight that problem. And with Ketu in the 9th house and Pap Karturi in the 10th house, something major related to career should happen in this time frame. If you are looking for a career change, if you are looking for a path-breaking transformation, this is the month for you. But how to gain this energy, how to gain the positivity out of it? Wait for the Mars to go into the 6th house. When Mars is in the 5th house, start learning and refreshing yourself with the knowledge that you already have, you have already learned, and learning something new. When Mars goes in the 6th house and gets the aspect of Jupiter, that is the time when you push yourself for a big career change. Overall, definitely this is going to be a very positive transit, but beware of unnecessary expenses and try to save as much as possible. So guys, that was the ascendant based and the zodiac based analysis for all the 12 ascendants. I hope you liked the video, and if you like, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. You can follow me on social media, and for consultations you can drop me an email. My new channel Lifetime Soul, addressing all the holistic lifestyle and topics much broader than just astrology. You follow me on that channel for more interesting videos on that channel and this channel. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is your host Punneit. Namaste.